Good afternoon, friends, family, and neighbors. Welcome to the Bob and Barry live preview show from Monday, March 7th, 2022. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. Welcome my co-host. Let's see, goes this way, Mr. Barry E. Cummins.
Hey, Bob, glad to be with you here. I wish we had sunny skies out there today, but we've had rain all day and cold weather here in Alabama. Just like to say hello to everybody. Hello to you and Angela in the background there. Hope y'all doing well.
Yeah, we had that front move through here late yesterday afternoon, evening, and cooled us down from the mid 80s into the low 30s with wind chills in the 20s. Quite cool, quite a change from what we had last week. And hey, they're even calling for wintry mix on Friday here, so who knows?
Yeah,
Winter's not over yet. We still have a couple more weeks on the calendar before we get into spring, so anything can happen. You know, I don't know about over in Alabama, but it's probably the same across all of the South. Usually when you get into in and around Easter, you have that last little cold front push through, and then after Easter, you look forward to springtime actually coming in and taking a hold.
Absolutely. I want to say hello to Bruce Templeton up there in Canada. Thank you for your being our guest last week on the show. It was an awesome show.
Yes, it was absolutely. We have had just a ton of emails and private messages and comments about the presentation that Bruce did last week. Thank you, Bruce, so much. It was a wonderful show. And I tell you what, I learned a lot. I know you did, Barry. I know this week you've actually spent the week reading up on Bruce's books.
Absolutely. I just finished his first book, and I'm on his second one now. So, man, it'll touch you. It's a must read for Santa's. You want to know Santa's heart, pick up his books and read those.
Yes, Bruce does a lot of really, really good stuff, especially when it comes to working with children and children with needs. Bruce, I understand, brother. It's up to $4 in the United States, lower United States, as an average. Here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we're just under that. I saw yesterday out in California and up in New York where it was over closer to $5 a gallon. And, you know, guys, I think it's probably going to get worse before it gets better with the situation that's going on over in the European countries right now. And we'll see. We're all going to have to make some sacrifices here. I know that we've cut back on what we're able to buy as far as, supplies. If we absolutely have to have it, we get it, and try to keep enough food on the table and pay the bills. And it's getting tough right now.
On a positive note, though, some of us round bellies might be able to lose a little weight right now.
Hey, that's a possibility. Hello, Marcus. How are you today, brother?
Good to have you with us.
Yep. So we want to go ahead and talk about our upcoming guest for this month.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, we got Michael Howell. He's going to be with us. We're going to learn a lot from him. He's an excellent Santa, and he's going to share with us a few things, and especially about having a mission statement for you personally as a Santa. That's going to be interesting. And maybe some of his role play, and he's involved heavily with the MAPS organization up there in Memphis or in Michigan, and he'll tell a little bit of things they do to keep their Santas trained and continuously learning each and every time they meet. So that's going to be interesting. The following week, we've got Santa Claus Hall of Famer Larry Jefferson. After Larry, March 22nd, we're going to have Jeff McMullen. And then close out March on March 29th, Mrs. Claus seamstress, Miss Sherry Heath. So it's going to be a great few weeks upcoming here there.
Yes, it is. Let's talk a little bit about Larry Jefferson coming up. He was the first Santa of color or Black Santa to set in a major mall up there at the Mall of America. And once he got that role, it really opened up the door for him as far as folks across the nation getting to know who Larry was. Before that, he was one of our local phenoms and fantastic person. I've known Larry for quite some time. Great friends. I enjoy being around Larry. Every time we get together, we have lots of fun and lots of stuff to share. He has really, become very popular and Hall of Fame. He made the Hall of Fame. So And then, of course, we have Jeff McMullen. He was a former R&B and Barnum and Bailey circus clown, and he does some excellent presentations. We're going to have him do a few simple magic tricks with props that he shows you how to make. They're really simple and easy. They're kind of like a sleight of hand type of deal, but I tell you what, when you see him do it, he makes it look so easy, which it really is once he describes it. But you're thinking to yourself, how's he doing that? And then he comes back, tells you how he does it, shows you how he does it, and also shows you how to make the props work. But fantastic presentation. He did a presentation for us via Zoom in the Oklahoma City class. We had this last year, and it got rave reviews from everyone. Everyone really loved his presentation. And then Sherry Heath, of course, she is in charge of the Santa gathering over in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, which will be in 2023, the summer of 2023. If you have not been to that event, it's one that you should mark and put on your calendar. Again, the parade is one of the big things. Of course, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg being a gigantic destination for tourism with everything that they have to offer there. The streets just line up 5, 6, 7 deep with tourists, and the Santa's parade down through town is a fantastic time had by all.
And thankfully, the parade route is downhill. We start at the convention center and walk downtown, so that's a plus. We're not going uphill.
Yeah, that's for sure. Us old guys, even with our walking sticks, we'll be digging. Hey, Scott Parker, good day to you, sir.
Glad to have all y'all on with us today. Bob, tell them about the upcoming Sat Bob's classes that you and Chrissy and Gordon's doing.
Absolutely. Chrissy Kovic and myself, she is with CostumeMagic.com and one of our full-fledged instructors. She instructs a presentation on Santa materials for suits, furs, different clothing, different ways to care for those clothings, how to measure yourself if you're not within reach of a seamstress that can measure you. If you come to one of our classes, she'll measure you right there on the spot. Even if you're not buying anything from her at that point, she puts that into her data file, and that way, if you ever decide to buy something, she's got it. She can get started on it and get it working. I know her and her husband Scott are extremely busy right now, as all seamstresses are. It's that time of year where everyone's wanting new apparel for the Christmas season coming up, and so anyway, she'll be doing her Mrs. Claus presentation, which is everything Mrs. Claus related, business, all the way up to all the things that we just talked about as far as clothing and those sorts of things. And then, of course, like I said, the costuming section. She'll also be teaching part of the Santa curriculum this time around. She and I are going to split duties 50-50. So it's going to be an interesting class. That is March 26th and 27th, Garland, Texas, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Holiday Inn Express and Suites. It's at 4412 Bass Pro Shop overlooking beautiful Lake Ray Hubbard, right next door to the Bass Pro Shops. If you're interested, contact me, and we'll get you signed up for that class. It is $375 for a single Santa or single Mrs. Claus. And if you come as a couple, $500. And both of those come with just one set of 4 books that we have. Our curriculum's over 1,050 pages, over 100 chapters. Gordon Bailey will also be doing a class in Ohio at the same time, same weekend. That's March 26th and 27th. Going to be a fantastic class. All the same things apply for Gordon. He will be doing that class solo, but he is very capable of doing that. Even the Mrs. Claus portion, he'll put on a wig and a little tutu and go at it. Just kidding. Anyway, so and then you want to tell them about the big announcement? We finally got it nailed down.
Absolutely. Just put together a class for the Middle Tennessee area. It's going to be in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. For those of you not familiar with that, that's just to the east of Nashville. It's going to be May 14th, May 15th. Host hotel will be the Holiday Inn Express, 565 South Mount Juliet Road, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. The number to call is 615-553-5200. And ask for Courtney. She'll set you up with a room with our special rate. I believe the rate's $109. So, hope to see you there. Send a good location. Also have a big Christmas store there, incredible Christmas place, the Mount Juliet location. We're going to try to make a field trip to there at some point. Already have Jim Enos with a reindeer retreat. He's coming in and doing a class for us, presentation on reindeer. He's really good at that. And Bruce Templeton is here, that was our guest last week. He's going to Zoom in and do some teaching for us also. It's going to be a great class. You don't want to miss it.
And we will be lining up in the near future here other presenters, either in person and or via Zoom. But either way, we will have extra stuff there. And the number you gave them was the front desk number.
That's right.
And we do have a private number too, Courtney. If you can't get in touch with her through the front desk, we also have her cell phone number. Just reach out to me or Barry One. We'll give that to you.
But anyway, the price is the same that Bob just mentioned for the other class. But it's going to be an advanced class. Middle Tennessee area has been real good to us. And it's going to be, we're adding quite a few things to the presentation that you'll really enjoy and learn from.
Yeah, but don't fret if you're a fairly new Santa, Mrs. Claus, or you have not been to our class in previous years, to any of our classes, especially the 3 that we've held in the Middle Tennessee area. We're still going to touch the basis of the business book, but we are adding in a lot of new stuff because this is an advanced class. So not only will you get the basics, you'll get a lot of information that isn't usually shared in a normal 2-day class. This is going to be an action-packed 2 days. We were first approached by the Middle Tennessee group to do a 3-day advanced class, copying the class that we've done in Oklahoma City this last year. But folks, with the cost of hotel rooms, the cost of gasoline, and the cost of food being up 50%, we were going to have to try to pack everything into 2 days. That will save each one of us about $700 out of our pocket in cost to consolidate 3 into 2. Now, the reason we're able to do that is Oklahoma City class, we had presenters that the Middle Tennessee group got back last year, earlier in the year when we were there in Dixon. So instead of repeating those same presenters, we're pulling them out, putting new presenters in, and instead of having a dozen, we're going to try to hold it down to about half that much. So still be a great class, still get some great content, and really looking forward to that one. That's going to be fun.
And what you get too, when you take a Sat Bob's class from any of the instructors, you get a year's free mentoring. You know, pick up the phone and give us a call if you have a question. We'll gladly help you out.
That's correct. Okay, so real quick, let's address Bob Smith's question over here. He says, hello there, gentlemen. Where can I find the video files of tomorrow's sessions and previous shows? Let's address the first one first. Bob, you can see the tomorrow night show be on the Sat Bob's live group that we're on now at 7 p.m. and it will pop up just as it has today. If it doesn't, just refresh your page. Now, with all groups, there are pinned posts at the top. We pin certain things so that they don't work their way down the page. They stay at the top of the page. So you may have to scroll past the pinned post, 2 or 3 posts, and then you'll see it right there. As far as our previous shows, if you'll go to the Sat Bob's Live group, go to the dashboard that's right underneath the cover photo there, and go to Media. Click on Media, and that will open up another window that says Photos, Videos, or Folders or something to that effect. Click on Videos. That will drop down a whole new page, and that whole page will be nothing but the videos. Starting from the newest at the top left, working your way down the page to the very first episode that we had last year. That's 34 episodes last year, and we already have done 8 this year. So plenty of stuff to see. Take your time, dig through there, find the ones that you're interested in. Again, if you'll go to the top of the page, we have pinned last year's episode, guest, date, guest, episode number. And you can go there and choose what you want to watch and then go find it in the video files.
You'll learn something from every one of them because each guest is unique. And,
yes. Every show has had lots of learning and teaching moments. And I know one or two of our guests have said they have even shed a tear or two along the way.
Oh yeah.
Things that we touch. Now, Bob also helped Angela Mack, post the announcements for today's show. It was this morning. For tomorrow night's show will be in the morning around 10 a.m. She posted up the announcement with our guest, and on that announcement, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a tab that says Get Reminder. If you click on that tab, then you will get a reminder in your announcements up at the top of your Facebook page that we're fixing to go live. And that way you won't forget, or you'll look up and say, oh my gosh, it started at 7:15. I need to get on there. That way you'll be there on time. If you think about doing that, that's a great way also. The only problem with that is you have to do that each and every show each week for either the Bob and Barry show or the Tuesday Night Live show.
Bob, let's do some trivia.
Let's do some trivia. Let's go.
All right, this trivia question is sponsored by SantasCloset.org. Tom Cordemelia. Thank you, Tom. This is movie trivia. In the movie The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, what were the people called who took care of young Grinch? In the movie The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, what were the people called who took care of young Grinch? Good luck.
Now, we've got to say that we've had to improvise again on all these questions, these trivia questions that we're doing. We've been trying several different methods of making sure that we get the correct answer time stamped at the correct time and the true winner. So we will not announce the winner of today and or the Tuesday Night Live show until the following morning. So you'll have to go tomorrow and look in the Sat Bob's Live group to see who wins this. We will give the answer at the end of the show, but we want to make sure that we keep the integrity of the trivia in place. Real quick, want to say hi to Ron McClam. He's over there on the western set in Santa Fe. Got his big cowboy hat on, looking good there, Ron. And
AJ, that was a close guess. That's a good hint, though.
Yes, AJ, that is true, but we need their names. What were what were they called in the show? And Scott Parker, we'll get to your belt buckle here in just a moment. I'm not ignoring your comment over there. We're just going to get to it after trivia.
In the movie The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, what were the people called who took care of young Grinch? And one clue is they were sisters.
That's right, two elderly sisters. AJ had that part of it correct. Just need what their name or what they were called in the movie. All right, well, while you guys work on that, I'm going to talk about Scott Parker's Santa by Parker custom limited edition belt buckles. They're posted on the Sat Bob's Live page. There's videos, there's photos throughout. They are $275. We've got 5 left. This is a standard price. They were $299. They've been brought down to $275 with free shipping. And I think I have one up here while you wait just a moment. This little baby right here is what we're talking about. I don't know how well it shows up on the screen. Beautiful coloring. Great detail. These are stones. See if I can find it right here. And there's several of those on there. These are limited edition, and they are serial numbered on the back. This is number 24 of 25. And this one here already has a very special home, going to a very special gentleman who has put his name on this one, literally. And so anyway, if you're interested in one of these buckles, let us know. There's only 5 left. They will not be any more. This is limited edition. It was 25 total, and we have 5 left. We've sold 20, got 5 left. And Mr. Parker has brought the price down to $275 right there. Angela Mack has put that up on the screen for us. Thank you so much.
Charlie Daniels will be proud of those too.
That's correct. That is correct. All righty. What else are we going to talk about today, Barry? We had something.
Say hi to those that's joined us late, AJ and Melissa and Ron, Scott. Glad to have y'all on today. And let's make this announcement again for those that joined us late. Sat Bob's is going to be doing a class in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, May 14th and 15th. Host hotel is going to be the Holiday Inn Express there in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And ask she'll be able to help you with rooms. And like I said, we have a special room rate of $109. And it's going to be a great class. Going to have Jim Enos with the Reindeer Retreat come in and teach Santa and Mrs. Claus all things reindeer. And Mr. Bruce Templeton, 2014 Santa Claus Hall of Famer, he's going to be zooming in from Newfoundland, Canada, and do some classes for us. So it's going to be a great class. So tell your friends, and I hope to see you there in May.
Newfoundland. I was calling it Newfoundland too, but I think Bruce actually pronounces it the other way.
Yeah,
hey,
I have a hard time.
We're down here in the South. We don't know how to say anything correct, right? Yes, and our room that we have secured there is a 576 square foot room. We're going to have plenty of room. It seats minimum 40 comfortably. We'll have coffee set up in the room, so help keep you awake on our long 8-hour lecture that we'll be doing. As Barry mentioned, we are looking to do a field trip. We haven't got the time locked down. We're trying to get with the Incredible Christmas store there in Mount Juliet, brand new store that they opened up back just before Christmas, and set it up with them. We don't want to just go busting in there and inundate the store and do anything that would upset those folks. So once we get contact with them and get an actual time put together where we go down there and do a little side trip, we plan on doing that. That'll be a lot of fun. I know when we go to the Decorators Warehouse here in Arlington after our eat mates that we've done a couple of times, it is a ton of fun. Customers all want photos, of course, and then the store management wants group pictures so they can put it up on their Facebook page and their website and that sort of thing. So always a fun time, great stuff to see. I'm just at awe every time I go in any of the Christmas stores. It doesn't matter if it's in Branson or Pigeon Forge or anywhere I go. It's amazing.
It's always a happy place for sure.
It is. It's home. It's home for Santa's and Mrs. Claus's. Well, very good. Also, remember, we've got the 2 classes, the Garland, Texas class and the Ohio class. That's Lipothothus. I didn't pronounce that correct, but it's something to that effect. See if I got that wrote down here somewhere where I can try to spell that better. I do not. Anyway, just get with us and we can get you all the information on either one of those. Gordon Bailey or myself on the Ohio class, and or Ben Bellhorn. He's one of the founders, or is the founder of the Ohio Santas group up there. And Tuesday Night Live, Spangle has the promotion going. This is our list. I don't know if you can see it, but it's getting quite long. These are almost a full front page, a left-hand column of names that are in the hat for the drawing for the School of Santas this summer in Branson, Missouri. That's a free scholarship. That's a $359 value. You pay your own way there. You pay for your hotel room. Everything else is covered. That comes with 2 meals a day and 2 of the Branson big shows that they have throughout the entertainment group there. Not sure which shows we're going to this year. I know the shows that Spangle has taken us to in the past have all been fantastic shows. Greatly, a lot of fun. We were all very grateful for everything that Spangle and Daisy May does up there. And the way you do that is you have to like, share, and comment on Tuesday night during the live feed. You must like, share, and comment. The comment is done all three. Once you've done all three, post that into the comments, and your name goes on this list, and that will put your name in the hat for the drawing, which will be done on April's show. I don't remember, it's the first week in April, I believe. All that information is on Sat Bob's Live. Just go over and check it out.
And for those of you joining us late, tomorrow night on the Tuesday Night Live show at 7 p.m. Central, we're going to have Santa Michael Ho from Michigan, and it'll be a great show. We're going to learn a lot from him, and just tune in for that.
Michael is so full of energy. This is one of the things that he will talk about is how he has to stay energized, and when he is down just a little bit after a long day of doing, oh my gosh, I can't imagine how many virtual visits. I mean, I know how many he does, but I can't imagine doing as many virtual visits in a season that this gentleman has done the last two seasons. But he talks about how he gets his energy level back up, talks about the different things that the Michigan Association of Professional Santas group does to make each one of themselves better, how they work together, the different networking as far as teaching each other, sharing and getting together and bouncing stuff off each other and banter and all kinds of really cool stuff. Gonna be a great show.
Absolutely looking forward to that.
Got the sun trying to come in the back window here on me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's mostly cloudy, but there is some breaks, and I think the sun popped out, so that's a good sign. All right, let's see. Scott says Saturday we're at 73, Monday 32 in snow. Well, Scott, we were in the mid-80s yesterday and the day before that, and we were in just above freezing this morning with wind chill in the 20s with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. So,
and sleet this morning.
And a little bit of sleet around the Metroplex. And Friday, a wintry mix, 60 to 70% chance of wintry mix. So winter is not over yet, brother.
Remember, this show, too, is interactive. We want you involved with it. If you have a question for our guest tomorrow night, type it in the chat box, and we'll do our best to get it answered for you. And if we can't do it while we're online, maybe during the week sometime, we'll try to get that answered for you.
Right. Bruce says we are 18 degrees and gas has gone over $7 a gallon. Man, I don't know how y'all are doing it up there. You know, like I say, we're just under $4 a gallon down here, and it's taking everything we got. We just go out for the necessities. There's no extra going out for anything nowadays. He says he's burning cords of wood. Well, I suppose that you're in a position up there in the Canadian regions that there is a lot of firewood to be had. So that's a good thing.
Scott, my nephew, the baseball game, they won both games, took the first one 7-5 and 3-2 on the other one. My nephew's the catcher. He had a really good game.
Bruce says beer is cheap. Well, I guess you figure out how to make your car run on beer and we'd all be in good shape then. Hey, somebody needs to invent a process that will allow that, convert one over to beer. I know here back when energy was at a premium, you know, in the past, back in the, you know, mid 2000s, our school district here converted a lot of our school buses and trash trucks over to natural gas, which seemed to have a big impact on cleaning up the environment, number one, and number two, the cost. And seemed like it worked out really good. I don't know if they still run those on natural gas or if they switch back over to fossil fuels, but good idea. Beer is cheap. Let's fill our cars up with beer and go out and buy more beer.
Yeah, the airliners are probably fixing to cut way back on flights because if regular fuel's that high, jet fuel is going to be astronomical.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't be no more $39 a seat one way. That'll be probably $139.
Yep. All right. So tomorrow night's guest, Michael Howell, MAPS, Michigan Association of Professional Santas, going to be a fantastic show. I don't know, you know, after last week and the week before and the week before, we look so forward to the next week's guest. And, you know, each week I say, gosh, how can it get any better? And we just keep having great guests and great content, great shows. Very thankful for everyone who watches. Very thankful for all of our guests. They're all special in all kinds of different ways. And that's what this show and Tuesday Night Live is all about: sharing, caring, and giving everyone something to do and ways to improve ourselves as professional entertainers. Barry, you want to take us out of here? You got anything else?
Yeah, I was just going to say, every one of you watching is probably in some type of Santa chapter from around the country. Hey, call your buddies up and say you don't want to miss this one, because what MAPS does is really, really good for each of those members. And most chapters should be patterned their chapters after what these guys do. It's incredible. And going to be an incredible show tomorrow night. So tell a friend and join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, Sat Bob's Live Facebook group. And hope to see you there. Remember, we do this because we care.
That's correct. And there are lots of chapters out there just in the IBRBS system. There's close to 50 now, or just over 50 chapters throughout. Our Texas State Santas is a affiliated or associated chapter. And but MAPS is not. Lone Star Santas is not. There are a few out there. There's a few that are linked with Forbes. Doesn't matter who you're linked up with. If you're independent, if you're with IBRBS, if you're with Forbes, just tune in tomorrow night and check this out, because I got to tell you, man, MAPS has turned a lot of heads with what they do and how they approach the chapter and what they do for each other and how they have all benefited. So check tomorrow night's show out. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in with us today, and we'll see you tomorrow night. God bless all.